Welcome back, guys, to Take a Touch, and you're here with your boy Tobes. We have my brother up at the top. Pato, please clap for yourself. No gang signs. Clap for yourself. No gang signs. Again, another week, still doing gang signs. You just gave a friendly wave. We'll take that one. We'll take that one. Okay, in the hoodie, as always, looking dark and mysterious. We have Big H. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. The only one that actually ever listens on time. But guys, thank you so much for locking back in with your boys. We have a good one for you guys. We're gonna talk about some Champions League football. If your club is still in the Champions League, raise your hand, please.
Yeah.
If your club is still in the Champions League, this guy's not even listening. If your club is still in the Champions League, raise your hand, please.
If your club has ever won the Champions League, raise your hand. If your club has ever won any European trophy, raise your hand.
My club has won European trophy. What are you talking about?
Which one? If your club has ever won any European trophy that is still around today, raise your hand.
Copenhagen's Cup is just Super Cup, so yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
It's the winners of the cups come together.
Super Cup.
Very good.
We're here, bro. Say something, lad.
You know what I'm saying?
If your club is gonna win the Prem this season, raise your hand.
Bro, you don't know what happened.
If your club hasn't won a Big Boy trophy in 20 years, raise your hand.
We won a Big Boy trophy, but the FA Cup is not to be sniffed at, bro. Do you know?
I'm winning him.
It's going to be sniffed at. But guys, if you do like the content, please do like, comment, and subscribe. That really help us out. We're just three young black boys just trying to make out the hood. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to make our families proud. Right now, Harrison is recording with some candles in his house because he can't afford to pay the light bill this week. Pato's Wi-Fi is always up and down because the connectivity in this area and in this house as well is not really great. You know what I'm saying? And me too as well. I'm using the candle so you can see me better. So yeah, we really appreciate if you hit that that subscribe button. That really helps us out. But Pato, I wanna get on with you though. Liverpool, 6-time European champions, crashed out of the Champions League. Your whole fan base rejoiced when you got Paris Saint-Germain. You said, "Yeah, if Arsenal can beat this man, we can beat these man as well." What was PSG? What's these baguette boys? They're not gonna do anything. You crashed down. Ousmane Dembele. That's sat in your grave. What's going on? Where did it go wrong?
To be honest, though, the way we went out is nothing to be ashamed of. Firstly, when you played PSG, I don't know what Luis Enrique did in the last 2 months because that team has just come alive. But I'll hold my hands up. The better team went through. They played better over the 2 legs and they deserve to go through. Whatever game plan they had in the second leg, it worked and they beat us at Anfield. If you beat us at Anfield, you deserve to go through. With the penalty, the first 25 minutes, we killed them, didn't put our chances away, and this is Champions League. You don't put your chances away, you're not going to go through. Salah had a stinker. It can happen. He's allowed to have a day off. But back in the day, if he had a stinker, he had Mane and Firmino to do something. Now
Can I just interject quickly? Because he had 2 stingers against Paris Saint-Germain. And he was literally put into a penitentiary by Nuno Mendes. And this is a Nuno Mendes who I personally rate very highly as well. But I watched Bukayo Saka turning inside out, up and down, left, right. Do you know what I mean? As if like you're playing a PlayStation 2 back in the day where you're spamming all the buttons for the cheat codes. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Bukayo Saka had him. And the way Salah has been playing this season, I was very surprised. I said the first game at the Parc des Princes, I said fair enough, once off. But the second game, he still looked miles off.
But you know what it is with Salah, yeah? Because Mendes is a good left back. Like, he can lock anybody up. It happens. But there was moments that Salah had in the game. He should have had an assist. Diaz decided not to shoot. If he gets that assist now, we're not having this conversation. What can he do? He can only do so much. He's just one guy. And if you're playing well for 6 months and you have 3 games where you're not playing well, bro, it happens. What can you do? He'll probably go score a hat-trick now in the League Cup final. Who knows? I'm not gonna put the blame on him because he's carried us the whole season. To win the big trophies, you need a squad, and if the squad doesn't perform on the night, you can't just say one player didn't perform. What he gets for not perform, what his repercussions for not performing is he's not gonna win the Ballon d'Or. That's his repercussions.
I see, and the reason why we're kind of looking at him, and me especially, I'm looking at him as well because we're putting him in that upper echelon of players. You know what I'm saying? We're rooting for this guy to win the Ballon d'Or. Do you know what I mean? As a Premier League representative, and obviously as well, your whole fan base has been shouting up and down the whole season that he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. He's the best player in the league and all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to hold him to that standard, so when you don't perform, especially on a big European night like that, it comes with a lot of criticism, and rightly so as well, because if Messi or Ronaldo didn't perform, people open arms. If Neymar didn't perform, people open arms. And Mbappe as well. Let's look at the way people have been talking about Mbappe all season. This guy is close to hitting 30 goals in all comps in March, and they're still saying it's a bad season for him. So it's like one of them ones. He's a victim of his own success, but at the same time, if he wants to be successful, this is the standard we have to hold him to. Fair enough, his teammates still bail him out. I saw Darwin Núñez coming to the pitch, and I promise you, yeah, I'm starting to see why you hate him. Because there was one point where Van Dijk hit a long pass and he was running towards it, then all of a sudden just stopped. Then he expected.
And he wasn't offside. He thought he was offside because he's always offside, but he wasn't even offside in that scenario. Yeah. And then he's pointing at Diaz that no, you should have went for the ball.
Yeah, I'm not even a Liverpool fan, far from it. But I was sitting there, I was even shouting at my TV saying, "What the hell are you doing,
bro?" And so, what can Salah do about that? When those stupid things are happening, what can he actually do? Even if he had a great game, what's he supposed to? He can't do it every day. He's not the only one. He's not the only one that they're paying. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's true.
In terms, he had a stinker, and the criticism is deserved, rightly so. If you're supposedly the best player in the world and you don't show up when your team needs to go through in the knockout rounds of the Champions League, 100% you deserve the criticism. I have no problem with that at all. But what I will say is, we're rival fans laughing at Liverpool. The league is done, yeah. Imagine winning the league and you're laughing at us in Slot's first season. So basically, the only way we weren't going to get laughed at is if we did the Premier League, Champions League, and League Cup in his first season.
You know the things. I get your frustration on that, yeah. But even for me as a rival fan, I'll always make time to hate on my rivals, no matter what kind of position my club is in. Like one of my best hate watches for your club was when Atletico Madrid came to Anfield and beat you guys in the black kit. Do you know what I'm saying? That for me, yeah, was one of the best hate watches I've ever experienced in my life. From top to bottom, it was just phenomenal. Pure cinema that game was, you know what I'm saying? You had Adrian in goal or something like that. That fella couldn't save anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Did you ever see that video of that security man trying to do security? You just letting people in. That's what it basically was doing. Because I swear Llorente took a shot from outside the box and the guy literally knee slid while watching the ball go into the net. I was looking at myself and saying, what the hell is going on? And that was back in 2020 when Arsenal was peak banter era. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was still finding time to hate watch. Look, me and Harrison, yeah, you hate watch that game because we're united in hate. If that was, I know when we play Real Madrid, you're going to watch that game and you're going to be hating on Arsenal for every minute of that game. And I wouldn't expect anything less.
But you want to know, though, I wouldn't even be hating on you that much because, first of all, you have bare injuries and it's Real Madrid. If they beat you, yeah, it can happen. That is nothing. It's not a shame to get knocked out by Real Madrid. But because of how I've seen you Arsenal fans, once we got knocked out by PSG, now we're going to say all sorts of madness if you get knocked out by Real Madrid because you did it to us and now we're going to do it to you. But on top of it, we're going to get that guard of honor off you when you come to Anfield. And to be honest, yeah, if Slot was never going to win he wasn't expected to win any big trophy this season. He was meant to get top four, maybe grab a cup, a Carabao Cup or FA Cup. If he's winning the Premier League, he was never going to win the Champions League as well. It's never happened in English football where a manager has come in and won the Premier League and Champions League in the first season. How many years did it take Alex Ferguson? How many years did it take Klopp? How many years did it take Pep? Wenger didn't ever even win a Champions League. So allow the guy. It's his first season. And God forbid he gets the players that he wants and builds the team into what he wants. And this is character building for him. He knows that it's not his fault they got knocked out. It's Darwin Nunes' fault. Trust me. Trust me. Because what do you mean you're a 75 million pound striker and you can't score a penalty? It's literally 12 yards. Put it
No,
in the net.
literally, when he stepped up for that penalty, I knew he was missing. Like I had no doubt in my mind that he was missing that.
How? So Salah was the only one that scored this penalty. He's looking at them like, what? Who are these bozos that I'm playing with? He used to play with man like Firmino, man like Mane. Bro, Origi and Minamino would have done the job. But we have these bozos. This Jota fella like that. I don't even know his physicality. I don't know what happened to him. I feel like the fella is still injured yet, but he just needs to play because somehow he wants to sneak a new contract. And Nunes, yeah, every time he does this nonsense, he's putting out posts on Instagram saying we go together. Brother, what hell? There's no we go together. What hell, bro? What hell? Like, what do you mean we go? Like, what do you mean we just keep going? What hell? There's no keep going. We're not in the Champions League because you don't know how to play football. That's why we're not in the Champions League. Like, but no problem. When they're giving out the Premier League medal, take your medal and just go. Just go. Honestly, just go. All them strikers, Diaz, Jota, Nunes, all of them, just go, man. Because enough is enough.
Okay,
And
okay.
now, yeah, sorry, go on.
Let me get H's. Let me get H's opinion.
This one, he pinned Patrick.
No, it did. It hurt me still.
Look, my key takeaways are, I think this kind of just signed Liverpool's old guard's death note. I don't see Salah resigning. I don't see Van Dijk resigning. I don't see Trent resigning. I think it's done.
I think one of them stays. I think one of them stays.
If one of them stays, then it's probably going to be Virgil because
he's the captain as well.
He's the captain, bro. But see, after that game, I went to Spotify. I put on that little Dirk. I said, "Oh my God, what happened to Virgil, bro? What happened, bro? What happened? What happened? See, this is what happens when you have too many haircuts, bro. You don't know what you're doing. Fella has a ponytail, waves, and dreadlocks, or whatever he has on his head, bro. Guy doesn't know what he's doing, bro. Bro. Let me tell you. See that game, yeah. See the way I patiently sat, bro. I sat down. I said, yeah, this one 90 minutes. I told you. Remember, I told Patrick last week. I said, no, we won't lose Anfield. I told him, don't worry. See the way them boys are moving towards you. They're gonna go to Anfield well fair. See what Kvaratskhelia was doing. Yeah.
But you know what Vitinha was doing. You know what? You know what's the craziest thing about it is like PSG will post and hit pieces. I can't even speak. Hit pieces for the whole week, saying, "Yeah, we're gonna do something special at Anfield. We're not scared. We have a big performance and this and all that kind of stuff." And you know what? Fair play to them. They done the job,
bro. They turned Liverpool into flipping Paris, man. I don't know. Look, it's one of them ones where Liverpool had chances to put it away, and they didn't, and they were punished. I think it's not like I can't really say it's anyone's fault. It's just one of them things where it's just the game just didn't go Liverpool's way. They were just and the thing that baffled me, I was going to text into group chat. I was like, why does Liverpool keep on trying to do counter attack against probably the fastest back line in European football? What makes you think the break you're going to break is going to be quicker than Hakimi? It's going to be quicker than Marquinhos. It's going to be quicker than Nuno Mendes, bro. Even now the fella was in Pacho, whatever his name is, bro. You think you beat him? You can't beat him, bro. These man came to your ends and posted up. They were posted up on your block, bro. Them booze, fresh trim. He said, "Get off me, man." He put the ball in the.
Do you see his penalty?
Bro, yeah, if he was going to use his left foot and smack the words, right?
Imagine he's on the left, he's on the right side, like you can see his left, then he ran all the way to the right side, and then they just run up.
Bro, just that PSG. Look, I think people need to take PSG as serious contenders in this thing, man. I think how them lot were moving away from home, that's some scary stuff, man. And then the kid they brought on, the Dueu, yeah.
Was he 19, 18, something like that?
That brother said, "Dribble me, dribble." Oh, bro, that first time he got the ball, and he went zoom. They tried to tackle him. He said, yeah, and then it didn't zoom. Nah. I said, this Robson guy's finished, man. This Robson guy's done, bro.
Robson had a good game.
I've been saying that anybody with a little bit of melanin in their skin against Andy
Bro,
Robertson
they
is
killed
cash
this
money.
guy, bro.
Nah, bro. Robertson had a decent game, man.
Nah, when Dewey came on the pitch, he was getting stripped.
Bro,
He was getting stripped.
He was 31 and this guy's 19 and black. What do you want him to do?
bro.
What do you want him to do?
And that's what I'm saying. Anybody with a bit of melanin in their skin against Andy Robertson is cash money.
Yeah, but he came on late. The fellow was already tired, man. Give him a break,
Doesn't
man.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Give him
The
a
game
break.
is the game. The
But
game's
I
the
will,
game.
but I will say is it's very. I think it's a very disappointing game from Salah. Like the Southampton game, he wasn't really there. Granted, he scored 2 penalties, but the brother wasn't really there. The first leg, he wasn't really there like that. And then Nuno Mendes is a very good defender, but coming up against Nuno Mendes, this is where it's like you have to be starving for games like this. Yeah, this is like, bro, second leg Champions League. If I want Ballon d'Or, I have to be starving for this. Like, doesn't matter who's in front of me. There's days where, bro, maybe the guy gets you the first half, but that second half, bro, I have to kill him. And Salah, maybe he's getting tired, bro. These fellas on like what 29 goals, 20 something, bro, 19, bro, whatever his stats are, bro. Maybe the brother's just getting tired, bro.
And it's Ramadan.
But at the business end of the season, bro, when things are getting real for real, bro, maybe you want to do your farewell tour like Kobe, bro. You have to be starving for these type of moments, bro. You have to kill whoever's in front of you. And if you win the league, which is probably do, and if you win the Carabao Cup, the brother's not gonna win Ballon d'Or. It just will never come to it won't come to him. It doesn't matter if he scores 50 or 60, because what's gonna happen was a memorable moment from Mo Salah this season. All these international journalists, yeah, maybe they don't watch the Prem, maybe they're French, maybe they're Italian, they'll be like, okay, what do you do in the Champions League? He didn't show up when Liverpool needed him against PSG, bro. They'll straight away, they'll cross his name out.
All they'll see is we got knocked out around the 16. They say,
bro, they'll cross his name out of the thing straight away. But then they say, oh, what did Rafinha do? What was Lamine Yamal doing? Bro, that's how, and no one's gonna petition for him to come and win the Ballon d'Or at Liverpool or in Europe. Like, it's not gonna happen. So it's very disappointing for him. I think he should have had a Ballon d'Or in his career. I don't think he's gonna get a Ballon d'Or this year. And I think after this, I don't think he resigns. And I think that's it for his Liverpool career. Like, he'll go down as a legend, but I think that's this. No, it's a sad way to go because you won a Prem, maybe 2 Prems, a Champions League, FA Cup, kind of like, bro, solid career. But from a personal standpoint, bro, I think this is really his opportunity, bro.
You think he's gonna go down as a bigger Liverpool legend than say like a Stevie G or something like
that? Nah, they never pull past that guy. They'll never put anybody past that guy. But that's it. That guy's around the corner. That's a proper kind of Coke and chips boy. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, they'll never put anybody past Steven Gerrard, bro.
He's a scouser. He was the captain and he stayed when the team was absolutely dead. When Salah was in the team, we were fighting for the league a couple seasons, fighting for the Champions League a few seasons. So he had a much better squad. So what Gerrard did is I think is more impressive. But I don't know though, because Salah's gonna get 3 PFAs, 4 Golden Boots, and then have 2 seasons where he won top scorer and top assister. It's a bit mad.
And most importantly, potentially 2 Premier League titles as well.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? It's like one is like, oh, okay, fair enough, but 2, you can't argue against 2.
But
do you know what I'm saying?
Istanbul though.
Say again?
What Gerrard did in Istanbul, it's like,
oh yeah, no, absolutely. Even the way he dragged you back in certain games as well. I swear in that League Cup final, who was it against? Like where he scored that last minute goal in Millennium Stadium.
FA Cup final against West Ham.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even stuff like that, but it's just like it's one of them ones. At the end of the day, cold hard facts is Salah will potentially have 2 Premier League titles, the Champions League as well, 2 maybe 3 Carabao Cups and an FA Cup as well, a Community Shield in there as well. So like you said, what 3 or 4 Golden Boots? It's a bit. Yeah, it's a bit hard to argue against, you know what I'm saying? But it depends how the rest of the fan base feels. Do you know what I'm saying? But talking about fan bases, anyways, our fan base has been shouting for the past year to 18 months since we were back in the Premier League. Then be saying, "Oh, give us Real Madrid. We want Real Madrid. We want the big boys." And blah blah blah. And funny enough, we got Real Madrid. Arsenal faced Real Madrid in the I was about to say Carabao, but in the Champions League quarterfinals. And boys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried because the way the way our injuries are set up, the way Real Madrid is set up as well is a bit crazy. They're facing injuries, but it's like they're top heavy, and that's where the issue lies. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the back four we can get at. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're so top heavy because it's like one loose pass, one stupid flick, and one stupid hair flick like this, and you go and lose the ball, and it's a deep counter attack, and everybody's scrambling. Do you know what I'm saying? Mbappe is running, Vinicius is running, Rodrigo is running. They just gunmen everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? So we have to be cautious throughout both legs, and I'm not sure if we have that in us. Like we can put a defensive display out there, but it's like at a certain point you're gonna have to step out and try to score a goal, and that's where the issue lies, and that's where I see us falling apart because I don't see how we beat Real Madrid. I don't know where the goal is gonna come from. I know Real Madrid is not gonna sit in a deep low block, so I know we might get a chance or two, but are we gonna put that away? Because I know we're gonna put Mikel Merino up top. That doesn't fill me with any confidence. You know what I'm saying? Marinelli coming back. That guy, you guys already know how I feel about that guy. That guy's a bit of a roadrunner. And his finishing leaves a lot to be desired for. Trossard, depends what he feels like when he wakes up, whether he got a full 9-10 hours of sleep or whether he's struggling maybe 5 or 6 hours and he starts playing as if he's never seen a football in his life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just when I look at our squad and I look at their squad, I hope and pray to God that Bukayo Saka's hamstrings are recovering well because that guy is our only hope. But at the same time, I don't want to rush him. Do you know what I'm saying? I go and finish this guy's career. But at the same time, we need help because I have a full dossier to tell him on what his teammates have been doing while he's been away because it's been poor. It's been poor. They look like they can't play football when he's not there. Do you know what I'm saying? But H, talk to me. How do you feel about this game?
Bro, see me, I'm an optimist, boys. I'm always alive. Hey, who's echoing?
It's you.
Is that me?
It's fine now, yeah.
Oh, it's fine, yeah. Bro, this is like, look, when we've got Real Madrid, we've come for Real Madrid, but look, this is not the team we wanted to face Real Madrid with. But with that being said, I think that these boys need to go into this game and want to play. They have to play. They have to be savvy for it, Jeremy. Like they can't be like lackadaisical. They can't be like apprehensive, bro. This is the best team in the world. Go and play them. I would rather we get knocked out, but I'm coming away from that game saying, I don't like demand them. They went there to kick ball. They play ball. I hear it. Like, bro, we lost 3-0 for you man went to play ball, bro. I said to do no fancy thing now where he's now doing Calafiori as a deep lying forward now, bro. Just bro, use your people. Same system been doing the whole time, the same personnel, bro. Just use it. Whatever happens, happens. But I'm an optimist. I think we can go there, we can scam a win. Because our back line shaky. Our back line is strong. It's one of those things where it's just like we're like almost like polar opposites of each other, where it's just like both have two decent midfields. It's just our defense is solid. Real Madrid's defense isn't that solid. Our attack is shocking, but Real Madrid's attack is amazing. So it's like, do we cancel each other out? After seeing that game, bro, playing like after seeing the first 2 legs, you could be like, oh, maybe there's something in there for Arsenal. But this is almost like that business end of the season where Real Madrid they turn on the UEFA Champions League judge, and now they start doing that madness. But I think if Arteta wants to be a real terrorist, he knows what he needs to do, and we must go to that. We must snatch a 1-0 at the Emirates. and go and do low block at that bread and bell. I'm telling you, everyone and their mom, that back line, there's going to be banks of 5.
I don't want to see anybody past the halfway line. I don't
wanna
even
see it, bro.
Don't even try it,
bro. Because like the way, like I remember when we get like Barcelona in the Champions League, and I'd be scared. I'm like, hey, bro, it's Barcelona's cheap. Like, because I knew what was gonna come. I know they were going to give us 3-4. I knew it. But this one, I'm like, we can scam. We can. If we believe, we can really. We can scam something.
If you believe, you can achieve.
Bro, you know that ones where it's just like, bro, maybe your ups are chasing you, and you just turn around and you just deck one of them, and they turn around and start winning again, bro. Bro, you can leave with something. You know what I mean, bro? We can snatch the chain, man. We just have to believe, man. That's what we need to do.
Chat to me. I know you're licking your lips because with this Real Madrid team, this club have been causing you years of torment and pain, and especially after the 22 Champions League final where you were so bullish. Me and you spoke privately. We weren't making contact at that time, and I told you that you would lose. You didn't believe me. You had the confidence. You were believing in your boys, which you had every right to, because you had that was your golden period. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, for Liverpool in the modern era. But I just told you, Real Madrid in the Champions League, and especially in the Champions League final, it's just different. It's just different. So now, given all the experiences you've had, you lost, 2 Champions League finals to these guys?
Yeah.
They've beaten you a couple of times in the group stages as well and the knockout phase. So you know Real Madrid better than me and Harrison do. But at the same time, what I will say is we've never lost to Real Madrid.
Right. Real Madrid always like to make new records, so they like to rectify these things. You know, before we played them in that 2018 final, we played them in one final before that, and we beat them back in the day, like the 80s. So they had to rectify it. So the same way you beat them, they need to come and rectify that thing. When we played them in that 2022 final, I was like, bro, it's not the Real Madrid of old. There's no Ronaldo. There's no Bale. I said that's why they beat us in 2018. I didn't know that it's just them. It's Real Madrid. But 3 of us could play centre back for Real Madrid, and we still win the Champions League. It doesn't matter who's playing. It's just like, I don't know which doctor Florentino Perez is talking to. I don't know what magic that they have in that. I don't know how they even got through against Atletico. Imagine now, all of a sudden, Alvarez is now kicking the ball twice. I've never seen that one before. They just get it done, man. And I feel like Madrid, when they played Atletico, they respected them. They're going toe-to-toe in La Liga for the title. They know, I think Atletico has beaten them this season.
Yeah.
And in the league. They beat them in the league. So they have that respect. I feel like it could be their downfall, but it also could be your downfall. I feel like when Real Madrid plays, they're not going to respect your thing. I'm going to be so real. They're not going to respect it. I feel like, do you see what Mbappe did to, was it Guardiola? When he celebrated, he was doing this. And that's City that have been winning leagues and trebles. Bro, they're not going to respect your thing. Who is Calafiori? Who are these, man? They've not done anything to make them think that is Real. So you've never done anything, and it's now Real Madrid is when you're gonna, do your thing. Nah, bro, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. It's not happening for you.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, because he's one of them ones. I want them not to respect us. You know what I'm saying? I want them to think, okay, Arsenal never won the Champions League. They have a terrible record. They have a crap record when it comes to European competition. So I want them to think it's gonna be a walkover, because I'd want them to play football against us. Because the thing is, compared in the Premier League to the Champions League is miles apart. It's like 2 completely different teams when you watch us, Because when teams try to play football against us in Europe, we will slap you. No disrespect to Real Madrid. We will bop you off the park. Do you know what I'm saying? If you actually want, because we're so system heavy, and the players within the system, they know that system to a T, because most of them have been playing in that system for the past like 3 or 4 years now, So if you want to come and play football against us, you will kill you, because these people will know what zone to be. They'll say their right flank is zone 4, zone 9, and then Calafuri knows to be in zone 10, which is in the middle of the park and all this type of stuff. So it's one of them ones. I fully have faith in Arteta that he can, tactics wise with Ancelotti, he will smoke him. You know what I'm saying? He'll absolutely smoke him. Tactics wise, as much as I love and respect Ancelotti, but just tactics wise, Arteta will smoke him. It's on a completely different level. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones. I'd want Real Madrid to almost not respect us and think, they're just gonna stroll to it. Because if you come and do that, bro, we can literally pull 4 or 5 on your head top if you're not careful, depending on how our players are feeling on the day. But it's one of them ones as well. I have to our players should not get too kind of gun ho. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to play with caution, because if you go and misplace a pass or do something stupid, these people will punish you in a flash. Before you can even get a chance to even turn and run back, bro. Balls in the back of the net. Rodrigo scored, Vinicius has scored, or something like that. So it's one of them ones. Out of the 2 Madrid teams, when I was watching Madrid versus Atletico, I wanted Madrid, because I watched the way. I wanted Real. Because I watched that Atletico team, and I was looking and saying to myself, bro, if we play Atletico will beat us up and down. They will beat us to the point where it would almost look like they're bullying us, because Atletico can do what we do, but they do it to an even insane extent. Do you know what I'm saying? They can, like, they just, all their players deserve to be in a mental asylum. Those players are psychopaths. Do you know what I'm saying? They can, you know what I'm saying? They can play nice football and all that kind of stuff, and they can sit in a deep, nasty, low block, which is something that Real is not going to do, because, like you said as well, Mbappe doesn't like tracking back, Vinicius doesn't like tracking back, Rodrigo doesn't like tracking back. None of their front three will really get stuck in and help out with the squad, but Atletico, they will come together as a group. Even if they don't win, as long as they can inflict some kind of pain and hurt onto your team, they'll do it. Do you know what I'm saying? For them, they have to leave us. They have to leave us something. So it's one of them ones. I'd want Real Madrid not to respect us, because it's one of them ones. I know if you're gonna try go band for band with us, anytime a team has tried to go band for band with us, we slap them. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. But every time a team was going band for band with you, it wasn't Real Madrid. Look at the team, bro. Even if you guys go 1-0 up, maybe that'll even wake them up and say, okay, let's play the game properly now. Even if you're winning, like, I just feel like the belief in that Real Madrid team is so great, because I feel like a lot of football is psychological. They believe so much in themselves that no matter what happens on the pitch, they will still believe that they're going to go through. And the thing is, it's like every time you watch Real Madrid knockout phase of the Champions League, especially when you think they're down and out, they find a way. And it's like, you just think, oh, it's a fluke, it can happen, but it happens again and again and again and again against teams that are far better than this Arsenal team. Ask Man City about them. Ask Liverpool about them. Ask Atletico. Ask all these men about them. Dortmund last year, ask them. They just get it done. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know what way the game is going to go. I feel like Arteta has a better chance than those Wenger teams of the mid-2000s, when Wenger would be trying to play Bayern Munich, talk to Trump, be doing tiki-taka. And they would just break ahead. Arteta's not going to do that. Arteta, tactically, he's very astute. But I feel like I can't imagine a world where it's Arteta against Ancelotti. Who is even your best player now? I don't even know who to even call, to be honest. Whoever your best player is against Mbappe, think the matchups, man. So you're... Yeah, go on.
What I would say is, I think we're not... I think defensively as a unit, I don't think we have everyone is competent defensively. Timber against Mbappe, I think during Timber's probably been the best right back in the league in terms of ball playing. Timber is gonna look if Kili doesn't want to track and Timber goes into the middle. Now, what's gonna happen is probably Saliba pull across or Gabriel pull across. Then you can have a 3. You then have a 3-5-3 Oh, sorry, 3-5-2 in that situation. So for the entirety of the game, you're gonna have your Real Madrid's midfield is gonna be continuously contesting against three midfielders. If Mbappe doesn't do the defensive work, if Rodrigo or Vinny don't do the defensive work, they're continuously. Because remember that interview that Zinchenko did with Rio, and he was explaining it as to like, look, if I go into the middle and the right winger doesn't track me, then he's leaving a one-on-one for Saka. If he chooses to track me, if the right winger chooses to track him, he still lives a one-on-one with Saka. If he chooses not to track him, it means that Zinchenko can now build up play with the DM. So that's a continual cycle that Real Madrid are going to have to endure. Bro, eventually, Bellingham's going to get angry. He's going to start throwing his arm in the air. Who's the other midfielder? Who's Real Madrid's midfield? Camavinga was now started tightening his hair bone because now he doesn't know what to do, bro. Bro, playing football against Arsenal, proper football, bro, it's even with no striker, bro. That shit is ragged. It's hard. You actually, bro, you be like, where are they finding the extra man? You be asking the referee, bro. They have 12 man on the pitch, bro.
Can I just say something on that? Yeah, the way you've explained it, it makes perfect sense. But that is the exact same case as when they just played Atletico, and those niggas are out.
But that's the same thing but they
No,
play.
I'll just interject for a second. I was saying where Arteta is similar to Simeone, but also kind of different is the way he uses his team to build up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with Simeone, he just goes like gun ho, full Baghdad terrorist type of football where he's just gonna defend. He's just gonna defend, and you're gonna have to just find a way to break it down or produce a piece of magic. Do you know what I'm saying? But where Arteta's scheme and his premises is a lot more sophisticated. It's a lot more like, I don't know, a lot more subtle. Like you don't really see it happen until it's kind of happened. And then, like H was just said, you be tracking somebody, and then they'll switch to play somewhere else, and they kind of like, how did this one get there? Like I watched the interview with Ola Aina as well, and he said that the hardest team he's played against this season is Arsenal because he's like, we play like City, but the build up sometimes is a little bit different. That sometimes we pass, and all of a sudden we just launch a ball that way, and then you're thinking to yourself, I just had this covered. Where did this guy get here? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where Arteta can play in so many, like the team and Arteta can play in so many multifaceted ways where we're gonna keep Real Madrid guessing constantly. And it's like if one of those, like I said as well, like H said, if those three up top don't pull in a shift defensively as well, it's going to be a long day. So I get what you're saying with the whole Real Madrid judge as well. I'm worried about that too as well. But what I'm countering with that is my team are full of weirdos as well when it just comes to playing football, and especially like I said, I wanted Real over Atletico because Atletico will be our kryptonite to what we try to do. Real will be the ideal experiment to actually test us in Europe. That listen, this is one of the big boys. This is a 15-time European champions. Let me not disrespect them like that. The current Champions League holders as well. So it's like one of them ones. If you're really about it, this is the game. This is the game to do it. And it's one of them ones. They're going to give you that freedom. They're going to give you that space. So go, like H as well said as well. Go play football. Go play without any fear. But also as well, be very cautious because Real Madrid in a split second they can change everything because they have game-changing players. They have game breakers. Do you know what I'm saying? It could be any one of those ones. It could be Bellingham, it could be Rodrigo, it could be Mbappe, it could be Vinicius, and like you said as well, it could even be before you even started the stream. It could even be Brahim Diaz. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it could be one of them. They could even bring on Endrick, and all of a sudden Endrick can just come and do something. But what I'm banking on is Real not being, I don't know, concentrated to be able to defend for their life in certain situations. Do you know what I'm saying?
And plus size wise as well. When it comes to those set pieces, bro, like what they have Rudiger and Jude, or maybe too many.
Bro, too many is suspended for the first leg.
Bro, so realistically, you probably have So risky. Size-wise, you probably have 3 players of decent enough build against Gabriel, against Saliba, against Rice, against Calafiori, against Party, against Moreno. Bro, set pieces, bro. That's what I mean. We can scam it. If we get a set piece and we score from set piece, bro, we can scam the game. But it's also one of those where it's just like we were saying, Real Madrid give us space, we play within the pockets. Bro, is the same bro, see when beat them 4-0 like 2023. They beat them 4-0 or 4-1 or whatever it was. Like,
come on.
No, 100%.
With Haaland.
Two different caliber of teams, but the style is similar. Because if you break a team down by your style of play, not necessarily your personnel, because you can have the best team, band for band, every position, you have the best players in the world, but if that team can't handle the playing style of the team they're playing against, bro, it's a long day. It's a very long day.
But with you guys, you like you were saying, you do the build up. Odegaard has been dropping stinkers. It's not against Real Madrid. He's going to turn up. Okay, let's say he turns up.
He might be angry. They let him go. Certain man, they get vexed up when they play the old teams.
Don't try that anger thing with Real Madrid. You will lose. All that revenge and anger with Real Madrid.
Listen. Nobody told Salah to be posted on social saying that we're looking for revenge. Nobody told him to be doing that one.
Bro, and then now you get the chances now. Is Marino, Trossard, Martinelli, Sterling. That was just finishing the chances. You can't compare it to treble winning Man City, who had Alvarez and Haaland.
But that's what I said. It's not necessarily personnel per se. It's more so style of play. Because if you get one chance, look, realistically, yeah, Arsenal can have 20 chances and we score one of them. Or we can have one chance and score one. It all depends on whether the ball goes into the net or not. And if that one chance we have and we score from it, that means we've done the job. If we score and Real Madrid scoring, we've done the job.
Yeah, of course, that's all you can try and do. But then, firstly, you need to score. But then you have to keep the best players in the world quiet. They have 2 of the 3 best players in the world.
But that's what I mean. So then it's like, okay, imagine Real Madrid got 1-0 down. Okay, and Mbappe and James are like, okay, let's go and we're gonna attack these lot. But they're still not doing the defensive work. And Timber is still floating in. Calafiori is still floating in. And we're still continuously exposing the pocket. Then what's gonna happen is Mbappe is gonna feel isolated. The ball's up because now his his midfield now has had to retract back to try and squeeze up these pockets between the defense and the goal. Bro, it can really turn into a long night for Real Madrid. Or we can tell, bro. See how your laptop is shaking. We can see it, bro. It's shaking. But it's just one of those where I think style of play. I think style of play can work in Arsenal's favor over personnel, in my opinion. So,
well, yeah, I hear it, boys. But let's get on to quickly. Pato, Carabao Cup final Sunday. Give me predictions. What are you thinking? How you feeling? I know Konate might be injured, Trent might be out as well. But how you still feeling for that game?
Trent is definitely out, but I think Konate is gonna play. They said he was just fatigued.
Okay.
It's been like we have like 5 days, so he should be alright on Sunday.
Okay. Score predictions. What are you telling me?
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1. Do you think Salah's gonna bag or who's doing the job?
Yeah, I think Salah's gonna bag. Yeah, goal or assist. I don't know which one. You know, he likes to do both, so I'll take anyone.
Fair enough. You just know, anyways. That'll be another hate watch. I'll be doing. I wouldn't want to see Newcastle lift a thing in the damn life. I wouldn't even want to see them lift a preseason trophy. But at the same time, I don't want to see you guys win a trophy. But listen, maybe you guys can probably win the Carabao Cup and fall off like the way you guys have been winning the Carabao Cup and falling off like the way you guys have been doing before. So I just pray for that one, inshallah. But yeah, I already know you guys are gonna win this one, and then we just have to ride it out for the rest of the season and see how it goes.
Look,
But guys, we're gonna
Liverpool lose on penalties. Well, I said it here. But I've said it. Liverpool will lose on penalties.
And then you are going to win the Champions League and the Premier League.
Yeah,
listen, the Champions League is coming to London. The last time the final was in Munich, a London club won it. Don't worry, Champions League is coming to London.
You're claiming Chelsea's glory. Oh God.
I'm not claiming the glory. I'm just saying the last time the final was held in Munich, a London club won it, and history will repeat itself, inshallah.
Very good.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for locking with yourselves. Well, not yourselves, but with us. Like I said, it would be really great if you could like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts and opinions. How did you feel about that Liverpool game? Do you think they were a bit naive against Paris Saint-Germain, where most of the fan base kind of written them off, or was just PSG simply just that good? But yeah, if you could really subscribe as well. Like I said at the start of the video, we're just three young black boys just trying to take ourselves out of the hood and just do better for our family. So it would be really, really greatly appreciated. But yeah, we'll
We're not broke, bro. It's okay.
Bro.
We have jobs. We all have degrees.
Man's living like we're in poverty, bro.
We're all educated black men. Like,
listen, like I said, Patrick is trying to pay his Wi-Fi bill. Is up and down. Is mad. H is using candles to for lighting and all that kind of stuff. That's why it always looks a little bit dark. Flash, so yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one.